What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool go to London and beat West Ham by 2-1. You know the drill by now. I'm going to go through each player individually, give them a score out of 10, and of course ask you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. We are closing in on 170,000 subscribers. We wouldn't get there without your amazing support, so thank you for that. And of course, at this point, I got to give a shout out to our sponsors as well. Circle, not only are they the football sweepstakes game where the winner is decided by events that happen live on the pitch, but right now they have just launched their brand new game. Match 5 numbers and 5 fixtures to win £1 million. Scan the QR code in the top right hand corner or go to the description of this video and you will find the link to download Circle. Once you're a UK resident, age over 18, and you're aware it's a gambling product, you are good to go. Right, let's go through. And normally, I was just saying to Connor, I struggle with Alisson, but in this game, I did see what he did outside of course, picking the ball out of the back of the net. He was good in the sweeper keeper role, and I'm going to give Ali a score of 7 today. Usually I go with a straightforward 6, but going to give him a score of 7 today for Alisson Becker. Again, I don't think there's anything to do about the goal. It did take a little nick of Verge, but we also got to say well done to Paqueta for a good strike. Moving on now to this man, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I feel like I should stand up and give him a round of applause. That is how good I think Trent was today. For me, in the 4 games we've had in this new inverted role of his, that was by far his best performance. Maybe even go as far as to say potentially his best performance of the season. I thought he was magnificent, not only in an offensive sense, but I counted, I think, 5, 6, maybe even 7 times he tracked back to win the ball and help out the defence. So great performance today from Trent. He was our Anfield Agenda man of the match. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Score wise, I'm going to go high here for Trent. I'm giving him a 9 and I think he deserves it. Another assist from him as well, but a great performance. Joel Matip, the man who BT Sport gave to man of the match to, and again, great performance, great goal, great to have him in. I mean, when you hear that Canade's out, you're a little bit worried, but Joel Matip has been the epitome of consistency in his time at Liverpool. So great performance from Joel today. You know, you wondered if his head would drop a little bit after missing the chance just before the goal that was cleared off the line, but that header, I could watch it all day. It was absolutely wonderful. Joel Matip will also get a score of 9 out of 10 for us today. And do you agree with BT? Was he your man of the match, or do you agree with us and go with Trent? Let me know your thoughts. Moving on now to Virgil van Dijk. I'm struggling a bit here because I've seen 2 versions of Virgil today. One aerially that I thought was magnificent and really did clean up a lot of stuff that was put into our box. But again, defensively, I thought he was a little bit too lackadaisical at times. A slack pass in the first half that almost set in Jared Bowen to set up Antonio. A very cagey, very risky defensive line where he stepped up and did play Jared Bowen offside for the disallowed goal. But all in all, I'm probably being a little bit too critical here of Verge because, you know, he set such high standards. So I'm going to give Verge a 7 out of 10 today. Again, let me know, do you agree or disagree? Moving on now to Andy Robertson, who gets another assist, which again is fantastic. You know, I was a bit critical of his corners in the first half, but they did improve in the second half. A great performance, full of energy, and a great delivery to Joel Matip for the goal. So, Robbo, today I'm going to give a score of 8 out of 10. Now we move into the exciting areas of the pitch, and Fabinho was a real game of 2 halves for me. In the first half, I felt like he was a little bit sloppy, but in the second half, I really felt he stepped it up and really showed that covering defensively minded midfield 6 that we're used to. I did expect to see him taken off and not Jordan Henderson, but again, not going to question the gaffer. He got the changes right. We won the game. But I can't lie. I do feel like Fabinho's best days maybe are behind him. That being said, though, happy to see him put in a decent shift in the second half when we needed it. I'm going to give him a score of 7 out of 10. Moving on now to El Capitan, Jordan Henderson. And I thought he was all over the place today. And when I say all over the place, I don't mean badly. I mean, I thought he was all over the park. He was playing some really good intricate 1-2s down the right-hand side, providing some good crosses as well. And look, the legs are going a little bit, so he did tire as the game went on. I think he will have no place in our starting midfield next season. But right now, in that midfield trio of himself, Fabinho and Curtis Jones, I think they probably all deserve to keep their place for the next game. Again, do you agree or disagree? Let me know. I'm going to give the captain a score of 7 out of 10 today. Now we move over to the left-hand side of midfield, and this gentleman really has turned his career around in the last month or so. Didn't think he was at the same level against Forest, but then again we were playing a low block. Today, magnificent. The counter press, the energy, the work rate, the guile, the craft, the creativity. I could just continue on naming random words here, but ultimately I thought Curtis Jones was brilliant. Very, very close to being a contender for man of the match as well for me. And against Spurs, he has to start at the weekend. You've got to be fair to the kid, and he's putting in performances that deserve to start. So well done to Curtis Jones. Going to give him a score of 8 out of 10 today. Brilliant, Curtis. Please do keep it up, mate, because we all want you to do well. Now we move on to the attacking end of the pitch, and Diogo Jota didn't have his best game today. I said earlier on, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Luis Garcia. He can do some really frustrating, annoying stuff and then pop up with some vital goals. Today wasn't his best day. I do think Lucho coming back will give everybody an opportunity to show what they can do on the left, give Jurgen Klopp a selection headache. But right now I feel as soon as Lucho's fit, we probably will see him slip back into that left-hand side. That being said, Diogo Jota today, I might be harsh, lads, but I'm going to go with a 6 for Diogo Jota. I didn't think it was his best performance, and maybe I've got it wrong. So, again, if you disagree, happy to let me know in the comment section. Right, we move on now to Mohamed Salah, who, again, probably had a game that he will feel like he could have done a little bit better in. Some poor decision-making at times, particularly with one chance that he turned back in onto his left foot when there was 3 defenders there and nobody, if he had gone on for his right foot. It was in the second half. You probably remember the incident I'm speaking about. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand why he didn't at least have a go on his right, go across the keeper and try and get something from it. This insistence to cut in onto his left foot, in some occasions it's okay if you're wide right and you're cutting in, but in that position where your only option where space was there was to go on your right, you've got to do it. He did try a couple of nice reverse balls as well that didn't really come off. So all in all today, Mo will have a better day than this, but the work rate's always there. He's always a threat to the opposition, and I'm going to give him a score of 7 out of 10. Now we move on to Cody Gakpo. And can I just say, as much as we all complained that we didn't get a midfielder and we brought in another forward, so happy that we did bring Cody in. He is slipping into this team magnificently well. I love him. I love everything about him. His goal today was sensational. His link-up play, his awareness. He's a very, very tidy, intelligent footballer. And I think he's going to take some shifting from that central role because he's got it to a T. So for Cody today, a score of 8 out of 10, and again, great goal, Cody. Please do keep it up. Moving on to the substitutes now, we start off with Thiago Alcantara. I wasn't overly impressed when he came on. I was excited to see him warming up and coming on, but I don't think he really added anything to the team. And I don't like to say that because I'm a Thiago sexual and a proud Thiago sexual, but I don't think he was great today. So I'm going to give Thiago a score of 6 for his little cameo from the bench. Again, I might be being harsh. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Moving on now to this gentleman here, and how great is it to have Lucho back available. The last ball is probably the thing you'd want him to work on, but again, the ability to go past men, to work and create a yard of space in tight areas, the intelligence of his running, I love him. And he's as mad as a box of frogs, and I mean that in a positive sense. It's great to have a bit of the unknown out there, a bit of the crazy, and it gives our defender or opposition defenders a lot more to think about. He is as close as Sadio Mane as we could have gotten, and I cannot wait to watch his career unfold at Liverpool. Great to have him back from this injury. We may not see the best of him until next season, but that being said, nice little cameo from the bench today for Lucho. Gets a score of 7 out of 10 for me. And now the last man that came on, no, actually there's 2 more to go, excuse me, Darwin Núñez. Not great. I want to say differently. I want to be screaming for him to be starting, but I think Jurgen Klopp is making a fair assessment of a starting 11 based on what he's seen. He looks a little bit lost at times, a little bit confused about where he should be going, what he should be doing. And I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but I do understand and agree with Jurgen Klopp that his counter-pressing needs to work on. And right now, I don't know where he's going to force himself into the team. For me, Gakpo deserves to keep his spot with the centre. Lucho will probably take the left. And of course, Mohamed Salah is on the right. So unless Klopp switches it up and goes with 4 attackers, I think Darwin has a little bit of work to do to put himself back in the manager's thinking. Again, like Thiago, I'm going to give him a 6 for his cameo from the bench because I thought it was very unimpressive. Now, the last man, the man when you need to see out a game, the man when When you're ahead and you just want to get over the line, Jimmy Milner comes on, commits the foul, stops the play, does everything that he needs to do, uses all that experience and knowledge, and perfect man in those situations. So I'm going to give him exactly what his number is and give him a 7. And again, if in case of emergency, break glass, bring Jimmy Milner on, see out the game and get the win. So that is it today, my friends. Jurgen Klopp's team selection, I believe, was spot on, and well done to the gaffer. He is a genius for sorting out this new role for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And again, I want to know, do you agree or disagree with my scores, with our selection for man of the match? And of course, anything else you want to discuss about the game, let us know in the comments section. We will be back really soon. Don't forget, the highlights of the watch along will be dropping tomorrow morning. Our match reaction is up already, so please do check that out. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Thank you as always for your continued support. We will see you real soon. Much love. Bye bye.